It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Blue Current, moving you forward since 1929. Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, everybody. Good to be with you on this Monday. Hope your weekend was fantastic. I know it's spring break week for a lot of kids around the Ozarks, so a lot of you may be traveling or just hanging out at home for a staycation, whatever it is. Hope you have a great week, and it's the first week of daylight saving time, so feels like feels like it got dark really late, and we stayed up later than we should have last night because it felt early, right?
Well, It was interesting because I knew that it was daylight saving time weekend, but then whenever I was going to bed Saturday night before church yesterday morning, I totally forgot about it. So then I got up super early and I was like sitting on my chair, reading my Bible, drinking my coffee, and I look at the clock, like the stationary clock, and it had not been changed, although my phone automatically updated. And I was like, like it was like a frantic moment. And then I was super confused. I'm like, is this right? Did that change? Anyway,
yeah.
Yes.
I think we can
every time.
I think we can basically trust our phones to make the change, although I always doubt it. I'm always double checking. Sometimes whenever you set the alarm the night before, that's what happened Sunday night or Saturday night for me, is I set the alarm on my phone. I was like, wait a minute, that isn't right. So then I did the math. I was like, okay, it's accounting for daylight saving time. Anyway.
Yeah.
Spring forward, everybody. Spring forward. Let's do some
All
news.
right. Yes, here we are. Here's a look at the news for today. Missouri State University has fired men's head basketball coach Dana Ford. The Bears season ended in round 2 of the Missouri Valley Conference tournament on Friday. They ended the season with a 17-16 record. Ford was coached for 6 seasons, and during his tenure, they went 106-82. Hate to hear that. He's a good man. He's a good man. I mean, not that I know him personally, but everything I've seen and read about him, that stinks for him, but he'll land on his feet. So,
yeah, it's basketball's a tough gig. You got to win, and the Bears have a program that can win. We've seen them win from time to time. Problem is, every time they win with a coach, the coach leaves. So it's just one of those mid-major type deals. But wish him well, and I really wish the Missouri State basketball team well, because they need some oomph.
All right. Fairgrove has a new police chief about 3 months after the former chief and officers left the department. Roy Howell is the new chief. He brings 30 years of law enforcement experience to the job. In the meantime, Greene County Sheriff's deputies have been helping act as police since mid-December when the former chief resigned.
Okay. We now know that some of the people, you may have heard this, who attended the coldest game in Arrowhead Stadium history had to undergo amputations. That's the real deal.
I saw that this weekend. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Research Medical Center up there says it treated dozens of people for frostbite after that game, January 13th, and some of them had to have appendages amputated. Wow. They didn't expect that when they went to the Chiefs game.
Oh, man.
I can assure you. The temperature for that playoff game between the Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins was -4 degrees. So, all in all, it's probably a good thing that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, or else it may not have been worth it for some of those folks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it wasn't worth it anyway.
But the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl helps.
It's a strange thing because I feel like you would know if you're getting frostbite, but I could also see you not really knowing how severe it was getting, because you're getting cold, but then you're like, well, of course I'm getting cold. I'm standing out in -4 temperature, but like not realizing how bad it was getting, or they could have been inebriated. I don't know, but like it seems that they would have like gone in,
But you're sitting out there with 70,000 other fans, so you're going to say, what, am I going to be the only one that gets frostbite out here? We're all fine. It's cold, yes, but, and maybe the alcohol played a factor. I don't know. The city of Springfield is accepting bids now to work on the Jefferson Avenue footbridge. We've been talking about this story for more than a decade now. The structure, which was built in it was built in 1902, will be repaired to working order. There was a lot of question marks surrounding that for many years. It's been shut down, deemed unsafe for pedestrians for the last 8 years. So all this started even before that. City is getting $8 million from the state to pay for those repairs. So I think the application process goes into April, so there's time. But the businesses who would bid on that sort of thing certainly know about it.
Right. Well, Bolivar has a new health clinic operated by Citizens Memorial Hospital. The clinic is intended to help patients who don't have a primary doctor. The health and wellness clinic does not take walk-ins, so be advised of that. You must have an appointment. In a surprise move, the Food and Drug Administration has delayed its deadline for making a decision on whether to approve a new treatment for Alzheimer's disease from Eli Lilly that was showing some promising results. It is called donanemab. In trials, it significantly slowed Alzheimer's progression in late-stage trials. The FDA, sorry, the acronym is wrong there. The FDA was expected to greenlight that drug by the end of the first quarter of this year. But again, they are delaying that. They're concerned about effects, including brain swelling and bleeding.
Yeah, and that's a shame because there's a lot of promising talk about this drug even before, well, as it was just being produced. The trials were showing positive things, but now you got the side effects, and if the FDA is putting on the brakes, that's a good thing ultimately. But Alzheimer's is such a tough thing. There's nothing really that works. Nothing that they have that works. Lost my mom 14 years ago today, actually.
Yeah, I knew it was the
It
anniversary.
was today, yeah. So, man, I'm praying that they get some sort of cure, figure it out. They're working hard on it. I know that. So many smart brains, but it is elusive. So this was promising, and now it's not great news to hear that they've may not be able to go forward with it. I don't know. Bass Pro Shops is again expanding, adding another location in Pennsylvania. It's a suburb of Pittsburgh there. Right now, Bass Pro Shops has 171 stores, got a couple more in the works. That new Pennsylvania store will open in the spring of 2026. And more Chiefs news. Defensive tackle Chris Jones will remain a Kansas City Chief. That's good. Two sides agreed to a 5-year contract worth, wait for it, $95 million guaranteed. I'm sure isn't that crazy? I'm sure the taxpayers in Jackson County who are going to vote on whether they want to pay for upgrades to the stadium or
right. You're like, you know what, Chiefs, how about you guys pay for just everybody give, a couple of $1 million out of your 95 million, and we'll just do this thing for free, if you will.
Well, I could just imagine being a taxpayer. They're like, oh yeah, they're reading about this. They're like, oh yeah, good for him. They're going to keep him. We need him on the team. That's great. He's going to get paid $95 million. And you're asking me to pay for upgrades for the stadium. Something isn't right here.
I mean, honestly, it would be really cool if the players came together and just decided to all collectively pay for the upgrades. Think of the goodwill that would sow, and the storyline. I mean, that would make headlines everywhere, and it would be such a great PR, and maybe the athletes will see this story. You know what? They're probably watching Around the Ozarks as we speak,
no
and
doubt.
You're welcome for the idea.
What color is the sky where you live, in the world in which you live?
Me?
Yeah, because that's absurd. There's that is. I mean, that's a sweet kumbaya idea.
I know.
Is zero chance of going anywhere.
Hey, Taylor Frost made Pop-Tarts for the Chiefs players. That was a kumbaya idea, and it happened.
Okay. Well, we'll see. The deal will make the 30-year-old one All-Pro. He's a 30-year-old All-Pro, one of the highest-paid defensive players in NFL history. World champion.
There you go. All right. We are now operating in daylight saving time. You know that a new poll shows Missourians want to stop changing the clocks twice a year, but do not agree on which way to leave the clock. So, which is it, forward or backward, right? Out of 900 likely Missouri voters, 78% want to stay on either daylight saving time or standard time permanently and not make the switch. 47% want to keep daylight saving time, so more sunshine later in the evening. 31% want to stay on standard time, meaning more sunlight early in the morning and then less sunshine in the evening. So, again, 78% of people want to leave it one or the other, but then there's no agreement on which one to leave it at.
Right.
Yes, I ended a sentence in a prepositional phrase.
Which means nothing will ever happen. The lawmakers are never going to be able to get together because I think all the states surrounding you have to agree, or it's some kind of weird thing, which means it's just gridlock. Nothing will ever happen. But
Right.
I don't get too worked up about it. I look forward to springing forward. I guess I like daylight saving time better because I like it being lighter in the evenings. Because the one thing that I really dislike is coming home from work and it's already dark. So
Yeah.
I like it when it's lighter later.
I know you do. And I think I like that more too. But I will say I'm always out early, as you know. And so it is very strange whenever it's still dark at 7:30 in the morning or whatever
Right.
time, you know?
Yeah.
It feels very weird because you're like, wow, it's like almost 8 and it still feels like it's dark outside, you know? So that's strange.
Yeah. I
But
guess I don't really. I guess I don't mind switching twice a year. I know some people do. They hate it. Uh, do you
I
hate
just
it?
think
Do
it's
you hate
strange
switching?
that heart attacks go up. I'm like, that seems
Yeah.
weird
What's
to
the
me. But
correlation?
I don't know, but I mean, it's actually proven that happens. So,
Anytime you switch either way or one way?
no, I think it's for when you lose the hour of sleep. So now, there's
No.
like a increase in heart attacks for like a month or something. It's just weird phenomenon. But anyway,
Well, I could
um,
use that hour of sleep back. I'll tell you that much.
me too, no doubt. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We hope you have a great Monday, and we'll see you back tomorrow.
Yeah. Enjoy your spring break week if you got it, and we'll see you tomorrow.